Choose Beyond Zero Vision for the future.
Exactly how much coffee have you had this morning?
Learn more about our Beyond Zero Vision for the future at toyota.com/Beyond Zero.
Mully and Haw, Chicago's #1 most listened to sports morning show, 5:30 till 10 a.m.
We are in Canton, Ohio.
Marcus Allen.
Caleb Williams, what should the Bears expect?
I hope and expect him to play well. I think not only does he have high football IQ, obviously we know he's physically gifted. He can run, he could, and he can throw from a variety of angles, but I think he's a winner. The quarterback position obviously takes a little time to develop. You get a lot more thrown at you than most. I think he'll be great.
How about this, Jimbo Covert Hall of Famer?
I was with the guys. They came to the hall last night, Matt and the team, and we took Caleb Williams and a couple of the other guys into the bust room to see that, and see Peyton, see Dick's bust. They got to see mine with all the hair. I came here when I was a kid, and I was just in awe. But it was just a small little building, Now it's gigantic, and never thought in my wildest dreams that I'd ever get here.
Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 till 10 a.m. on Chicago Sports Radio 670 The Score. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast is presented by Health Markets. Shop for health insurance your way.
And now, Odyssey and 670 The Score bring you Chicago Cubs baseball on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Get out the tape measure, long gone. Back in the stands, that ball is gone. A game-winning home run, can you believe it? This is what you came in for. You got the Cubs game on the Score.
Chicago Cubs baseball is presented to you in part by Benjamin Moore, Vinny's Beverage Depot, Hefty Trash Bags, Sigler Subaru of Kenosha, Bosch Power Tools, James Hardy Building Products, Sloan, Stella Blue Coffee, Traffic Tech, Wintrust Community Banks, your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers, Granger, official partner of the Chicago Cubs in Wrigley Field, Aturo Tires, and by BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. And now, here's the Hall of Famer, Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer, with all the exciting play-by-play action of Chicago Cubs baseball.
Chicago Cubs baseball is on the air from Wrigley Field in Chicago. It's game 2 of this 3-game series between the Chicago Cubs and the Minnesota Twins. Good evening, everybody. Along with former Cub and All-Star Ron Coomer, it's Pat Hughes reporting. It's windy and it's cloudy, but it's not a bad night. There is virtually no chance for rain, and it's 71 degrees, but it is a little bit cooler than it has been of late. The Cubs lost the opener last night by a score of 3-0. Tonight they'll try to even things up against the Minnesota Twins. Shota Imanaga on the mound for the Cubs. The all-star left-hander is 8-2. He'll be opposed by a very talented young right-hander, Pablo Lopez, 10-7 for the Twins. The umpires are meeting at the home plate area right now, having the brief discussion of ground rules and the exchange of lineup cards. So let's go ahead and get right to the starting lineups for tonight's game. The lineups are sponsored by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, through it all. Leading off from Minnesota, the left fielder, Manny Margot. Carlos Santana, the veteran first baseman, batting second. Royce Lewis, the designated hitter. Batting fourth and playing third base, Jose Miranda. Willie Castro plays shortstop. Castro batting fifth. Austin Martin in center field. Max Kepler is the right fielder. Christian Vasquez catching. Vasquez batting eighth. And batting ninth, the second baseman, Brooks Lee. Those are the Twins. Here are the Cubs. It'll be Ian Happ leading off in left. Michael Busch at first base. Seiya Suzuki in right field. The cleanup hitter, the DH, Cody Bellinger. Isaac Paredes at third base. Nico Horner batting sixth. Horner at second base. The shortstop is Dansby Swanson. Pete Crow Armstrong in center. And batting ninth and catching, Miguel Amaya. Big crowd on hand. We are ready to go. The Cubs and the Twins. Right after this, you are listening to The Score and the Xfinity Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Jamison Tyone. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
It's the dog days of summer. Baseball is in full swing. And unfortunately, so is your work schedule. Stay connected to your local team, even while you're working hard, with your favorite station on Odyssey.com. Get the best in local sports talk, listen live, or jump back to what you missed with Rewind. It's all here, all just a few clicks away. And I'll tell you something, it makes the workday go that much faster. Listen at work. Visit Odyssey.com today to get started.
We are back on The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network, ready for Game 2. Shota Imanaga against Pablo Lopez. Ron, as soon as I saw this matchup, I was looking forward to it. It could be a very good ball game.
Yeah, it really could. You got two guys that know what they're doing on the bump. They have a great game plan. They can execute their game plan well. And to me, when you look at this matchup, to your point, it's going to be a couple swings of the bat, a couple, whether it's a missed play, but there's going to be one or two little key things that are going to be a game changer in this game. The wind blowing in very hard also is going to be a factor from center field.
Again, very cloudy, breezy, but dry, and we're ready for baseball. We thank you for joining us. Shota Imanaga, the left-hander from Japan, fires. It's high and outside to Manny Margot, and away we go. 400 feet to straightaway center. The alleys are a 368. Here's the 1-0. Fly ball, left center field, playable for Pete Crow Armstrong. Shallow left center. The left-handed center fielder makes the catch, and that's out number 1. What are some of the keys in your mind for Shota Imanaga tonight?
I think first and foremost is command of the fastball. When he can pitch with his fastball, in particular to the right-handed hitter, up and in the strike zone, what that does, if he continues to pound that ball in that spot, it really makes his split finger effective because they got to account for that heater inside.
Carlos Santana, switch hitter, will take a strike. 71 degrees at Wrigley, game time temperature, sponsored by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric, your trusted local experts, Four Seasons. The next offering low and inside for a ball. Phil Cuzzy is calling balls and strikes. Alex Tosi, the first base umpire. Chicagoland native Dan Bellino out at second. Tony Randazzo will make the calls at third base. The 1-1 from the little left-hander Imanaga. Swing and a miss. He fooled him on a changeup. Now it's 1-2. The announcement of the umpire, sponsored by Suits 2020 in Niles, the largest selection of wedding outfits for grooms and groomsmen. Santana hitting .243, still has some power, 14 home runs. And now the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Chased a high fastball. 2 down here in the first inning. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers. Sponsored by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Own every mile in a brand new Hyundai. And here is Royce Lewis.
It's that high fastball we were talking about, up and in. That one might have faded a little more to the middle, but good fastball after a split. Speed Gun, powered by Xfinity. Stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once.
Lewis swings and misses.
Shota so far with a good fastball, Pat. That last one, 93 miles an hour.
Here comes the 0-1 from the all-star Imanaga. Swinging a foul back, and the count 0-2. Shota Imanaga, Ron, really has been outstanding. When you look at his year, he's made 20 starts, only 2 that were games where he was hit hard and give up a lot of runs.
Yeah.
He's given up 0 earned runs in 7 games and 1 or 2 in most of the others. Here comes the 0-2. Fastball is outside, 1-2.
Yeah, he's absolutely done his job. And when you started out in spring training and he was getting, having to try to figure out some of the ways of playing here in the States as opposed to in the Japanese league, And all of a sudden, he has figured it out in a big way. He's had a great year.
1-2 pitch, swung on and missed, strike three. Got him on a changeup. 3 up, 3 down with a couple of strikeouts. And again, the strikeouts, those are sponsored by if I can peel this one page away from the other one, I guess I am not. Yes, I'm able to. Hooray, hooray. Sponsored by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Own every mile in a brand new Hyundai. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the first. No score. Cubs and Twins. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
This is your home for Cubs baseball all season long. This is the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Lowe's knows the brands that won't let you down on the job. That's why we carry all the top pro brands, like exclusive A.O. Smith hot water heaters, the largest in-store selection of DeWalt power tools and accessories of any national retailer, and the largest in-store retail selection of Klein tools nationwide. The products you're loyal to are all here in the quantities you need. Lowe's knows top brands. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Baseball season is heating up. Odyssey has you covered with the most entertaining coverage of your team. Stay locked in and in the know with the local voices you trust. Stream your favorite shows for free on the Odyssey app, Odyssey.com, or on your smart speaker.
Hi, I'm Steve Malman. Most auto injury lawyers will tell you they don't get paid until you win, but they still gotta win. At Malman Law, we win 95% of our cases. Call 888-MALMAN-LAW or visit malmanlaw.com.
Mully and Haw, Chicago's #1 most listened to sports morning show, 5:30 till 10 a.m.
We are in Canton, Ohio. Hall of Fame quarterback Dan Fouts.
So you are an expert at watching quarterbacks. You also are familiar with USC because you watch the Pac-12 in college football. What do you think and how would you evaluate Caleb Williams?
Well, he's going to be difficult to defend, number one, because he's so athletic. He's used to making big plays out of the pocket, but he can also make them from the pocket. So I think it's a good combination for the Bears.
We've got Mike Singletary here with us now.
The division all of a sudden is a very competitive division. You got Green Bay coming alive again, their young quarterback there. You got Detroit that's making a lot of noise. In Minnesota, all of those teams can win week in, week out. All of a sudden, the Central Division is hot.
Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 till 10 a.m. on Chicago Sports Radio 670 The Score. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Cubs leadoff man Ian Happ is presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. If Ian gets a base hit, Benny's will donate $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Pablo Lopez, combining his work with Minnesota and previously Miami, has made 4 career starts against the Cubs. Here comes the 1-1 to Happ, low and outside. Now, the Cubs have actually beaten him twice, Ron, but in those 4 games, his ERA is 2.6.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing on the mound. When you watch him pitch, he's got good command. He's got a good arm. I mean, he's going to be in the mid-90s. Fastball, good changeup.
Happ hits a fly ball to left center. It will not carry. Center fielder Martin will make a routine catch. The wind blowing almost straight in from center tonight.
Straight in from center, and it's gusty, but it's blowing hard. Somewhere around 20 miles an hour to start the game. And you've got to keep the ball out of the air. The ball that's going to carry here at Wrigley tonight is going to be the ball to left center field at the video board. Other than that, you're going to have to really blast one to get one out of here.
Michael Busch hits a high fly ball to shallow left. Coming in is Margot. That's a routine catch, and that's out number 2. 0-0 game. Bottom of the first. 2 down, bases empty. Cubs in their home whites. White shirts and trousers. Blue numbers on their backs. Blue pinstripes all over. Blue hats and helmets and sleeves and socks. The Twins in their traveling grays. Gray shirts and trousers. They have some red in their socks. They have red on the uniform numbers on their backs. Black hats. Black sleeves. Seiya Suzuki checks in. Pitch to Seiya. Breaking ball is outside. Uniform description sponsored by Benjamin Moore. Transform your clubhouse into a Cubs house with Cubbies blue, Wrigley Field green, or marquee red, official paint of the Chicago Cubs. Benjamin Moore. Fouled away off to the right, out of play. Pablo Lopez coming off of a win in his most recent outing against the Mets in New York. Gave up 2 runs in 6 innings. Twins are a good team. Here's a line drive, base hit past a diving Miranda. Into left field, Margot picks it up and gets it back in. It's a 2-out single for Suzuki. He stays hot. Scoreless game, and the batter now is Cody Bellinger.
A nice swing by Seiya, and that's what the Cubs hitters are going to have to do, is keep the ball out of the air. If you're going to hit high fly balls today, you're going to be in trouble because that wind blowing in, ball's not going anywhere today. That was a line drive bullet past the third baseman.
Cody Bellinger steps in, big left-handed batter. Hitting .274, hits a ground ball to the right side. The second baseman makes a tumbling stop and then throws the ball away. It comes back near the screen, and Suzuki will go to third. Bellinger safe at first. Lee, the second baseman, had more time than he realized. He hurried his throw after making the diving stop and threw the ball wide at first. It ended up in foul territory. Suzuki goes to third. Bellinger safe at first. It's a hit and an error.
Yeah, but Bellinger's banged up at first base, Pat, trying to avoid the throw, the tag. You know, he hit the bag awkwardly, trying to avoid that. Hit it with his left foot, and I hope he didn't get hurt, whether he hyperextended his knee or the left hamstring. But that was very awkward as he went into first base.
It was that long last stride run that you have to make sometimes. And you land, it's not a soft bag. That's a hard rubber base. Right. And I've often wondered, it seems to me back in the day, 50, 60 years ago, the bases were softer and there was some give.
Yep.
There's not much give on the bases these days.
No, there
if
really
you
isn't.
hit it, you can really do a number on your ankle.
Yep, and he hit it in. When you see the replay, it kind of hyperextended his knee and kind of popped him up. But he's going to stay in the game. I know when he hit the ground tumbling, he was very slow to get up and kind of checking inventory to see how that leg would react when he stood up. But he is going to stay in the game.
He gets credit for a single, an infield hit. Suzuki goes to third on E4. No score in the game. 2 down men at first and third, bottom of the first. And here is Isaac Paredes. Isaac just 3 for 27 in a Cub uniform. This would be a good time to bust out of a slump. He takes a slow breaking ball for a strike from Pablo Lopez. But again, getting back to those bases, Ron, you see guys turning ankles and pulling muscles in their lower legs when they land awkwardly. Here comes the 0-1, swinging a foul back, 0-2. I wonder why the change was made. It seemed like the older bags, and maybe there was a cost consideration. Maybe the new ones are more cost effective and last longer. That could be it.
Yeah, well, they change out the bases every day now. They give these bases away every day because they're logoed on the side with the actual game that's played.
Here's the 0-2 pitch outside for a ball.
But what they try to do at the top of the bag, now it is hard rubber, but they try to make it somewhat tacky where you don't slide on the bag, and that was the old issue.
Mm-hmm.
But because of that, the way they've designed it, it is harder. There's no doubt.
A ball and 2 strikes on Paredes. Let's see if he can come through. Breaking ball is low and outside.
This first inning is powered by Invesco QQQ. Tomorrow's innovation awaits with Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibilities. Invesco Distributors Incorporated.
Paredes 0-for-4 in the series opener last night. Pablo Lopez deals. Here's a fly ball, deep left field. Back goes Margot, near the wall, at the fence. That ball is gone. 3-run homer, Isaac Paredes. His first home run in a Cub uniform, and the Cubs lead 3-0.
Boy, now on a normal summer day here at Wrigley Field, that ball might be on Waveland Avenue with the wind blowing in. You had to wait, wait some more, and then still wait to see if it was going to make it. And it lands in the basket in left field for a 3-run bomb and a big swing of the bat here in the first for the Cubs.
He hit 16 home runs for Tampa before being acquired in the trade by the Cubs. It's his first in a Cub uniform. He now has 58 runs batted in for the year, and that is a big one. So Shota Imanaga has a 3-run lead to work with. Lopez missing down low to Nico Horner.
And now Paredes can start as a Cub because he was feeling that pressure post-trade. He didn't get off to a great start, and now he goes deep, and all is right with the world right now for him.
It really is true, though, Ron. Guys want to make an immediate positive impact on their new team, for their teammates, and for the fans.
Yeah.
And when you don't do much for the first week or so, you really start to grind, I would think. Here comes the 1-1. Here's the line drive to left. Coming over is Margot to make the catch. Cubs make good contact in the opening inning. 2 singles and a 3-run homer by Isaac Paredes. We go to the second. Cubs lead 3-0 over the Twins. This is the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs radio network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs radio network.
Moving day means that you and the things that matter to you are in for a big transition. There's a lot to figure out. New closets, different counter space, change of floor plan. No worries. CubeSmart is here, so you have a place for everything. It's our job to make self-storage as easy as possible. Online or in person, this is a self-storage experience that puts the focus on you because you matter to us. With self-storage that fits seamlessly into your life, you'll have plenty of peace of mind to unpack along the way. Click now to find a self-storage solution near you.
Are you looking for a future that's a home run? ETI School of Skilled Trades can help you get started in a great new welding or HVAC career fast. With a focus on hands-on learning, some of our programs can be completed in as little as 7 months. That means if you enroll now, you could be wrapping up your training before the next season rolls around. Visit eticampus.edu or call 888-830-7678 to learn more. ETI, it's your future. Own it.
Top 2, Cubs 3, Twins nothing. The second inning is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Remember, on Southwest, 2 bags fly free. Huh?
Very good, Zach. Thank you. Jose Miranda leads off the second inning. Miranda made some baseball history earlier this year, about a month and a few days ago. Hits in 12 straight big league at-bats and reaching in 13 straight plate appearances. Hey, Ronnie, you played for a long time at this level. Can you imagine getting 12 hits in 12 straight at-bats?
Not it'd be some guys say, bench me or trade me, man. It's a lot of work going on there. 13 straight at-bats. That's saying something, boy.
Imanaga's pitch fouled away. Now, let me ask you this. Does Shota Imanaga, with a 3-run lead, does he change anything that he brought into the first inning?
No, I don't think so, because he's gonna stay with his pattern because it's going to work, especially the first time through the lineup. They punched out 2 guys. The high fastball in to the righties with the split is a good combination for him, and that's just how he pitches. He's a little frustrated with himself that last one. His command hasn't quite got locked in yet as he threw that one way inside to Miranda.
Miranda's amazing stretch took place between July 3 and July 6, so just about a month ago it ended. Now the 3-1 pitch from Shota Imanaga. Bounced to short, scooped up by Swanson. He'll make the throw to first in time. Shota has begun his night on a positive note, retiring the first 4. Shota wants a new baseball to be thrown out to him. He did it politely. 1 away. Here's Willie Castro. Castro, a 263 hitter. He will take a fastball strike. The home run getting back to the 3-run blow by Isaac Paredes. Another hefty home run. Sponsored by Hefty, the official trash bag of the Chicago Cubs. Here's a pitch popped up to an area right behind the mound. Running in and making the catch is Nico Horner. Shota Imanaga got right in on the thumbs of Willie Castro, and he pops out to the second baseman. 2 down, and the batter is Austin Martin.
That's that fastball inside. That one he tries to throw it right underneath the hands of the right-handed hitter. And, boy, if you don't get the head of the bat out, that one's going to hit you about in your thumb.
Bounce to short, scooped up by Swanson. Over to first. 1, 2, 3 for the second straight inning for Imanaga. Getting back to the home run. The Hefty Homers are sponsored by Hefty, the official trash bag of the Chicago Cubs. Hefty strong all day long. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Cubs lead 3-0 over Minnesota. On the score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs radio network.
Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer are Chicago's Sound of Summer on the Chicago Cubs radio network.
Juvederm Day is coming soon on August 21st. Buy one $75 Juvederm gift card, get one free. One day only on August 21st. Juvederm Day gift cards can be used on any product in the Juvederm collection. Don't miss out on this once-a-year chance to save. Join Allie now. While supplies last, Skinvive by Juvederm is excluded from this promotion. Terms and conditions apply.
Experience a summer filled with fun and adventure in Indiana. Zip line through stunning landscapes or enjoy the view as you hike in our picturesque state parks. Float down scenic rivers or unwind on a boat ride with a beautiful sunset. Savor local flavors at our festivals or soak in the sounds of summer at one of our outdoor concert venues. Make this a summer to remember and picture yourself in Indiana. Plan your trip at inindiana.com/summer.
Want the same expert advice you get from the pros in the store while shopping online at discounttire.com? Meet Treadwell, your personal online tire guide that matches you with the perfect tire for your vehicle. Get your best match in 1 minute or less with Treadwell by Discount Tire. Let's get you taken care of.
Lowe's knows the brands that won't let you down on the job. That's why we carry all the top pro brands, like exclusive A.O. Smith hot water heaters, the largest in-store selection of DeWalt power tools and accessories of any national retailer, and the largest in-store retail selection of Klein tools nationwide. The products you're loyal to are all here in the quantities you need. Lowe's knows top brands. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
The Budweiser Concert Series at Gallagher Way is back this month.
Base hit to right on the ground by Dansby Swanson. Leadoff single. Go ahead, Zach. What do you got?
So the Budweiser Concert Series, Pat, at Gallagher Way is back this month with Nico Moon on August 9th and Mr. Wives on August 10th. Visit GallagherWay.com for tickets starting at just $20.
Zach, thank you. Ronnie, you had to be happy to see Dansby go the other way.
Yeah, I got a fastball inside. Hit a big hole on the right side of the diamond, and he exploited it. That is outstanding.
Pete Crow Armstrong, the batter, the left-handed hitter waiting for Pablo Lopez. The pitch outside. Now, Lopez earned run average this year a little higher than his career figure. His career figure around 3.8. This year, his earned run average 4.65. But he's been effective with 10 wins. Here's a fly ball to left. Pretty well hit. That goes Margot on the track, right in front of the fence, making the catch. And returning to first is Dansby Swanson. On a different night, Ron, that ball might have carried out of here.
Yeah, there's a lot of nights that's a home run. And once again, we're seeing the growth of Pete Crow Armstrong in his approach at the plate. And I've talked with John Maley about this numerous times, about getting him away from hooking all those ground balls and rolling over and using that other side of the diamond. And because of that, now he is really starting to spray the ball around the field and stay through the baseball. And that last one, on a normal night, that's a home run.
For Armstrong, was hitting .204, 1 for 3 in last night's series opener. Here's Miguel Amaya. Right-handed batting catcher. He'll take a fastball down low. If you're just joining us, the Cubs got all of their runs in the first inning. A 3-run homer by Isak Paredes. You can hear the wind hitting some of our microphones. It's breezy and the wind blowing in tonight. Much more of a pitcher's night than a hitter's night. Fastball strike 2 and 1.
I got everything I can use to hold down all the papers that we've got.
Swing and a foul at the plate by Amaya.
Double plays turned by the Cubs tonight. They're sponsored by Nissan. They make cars the thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today at Nissan and experience the thrill of that wind when it's blowing. I really liked it when it was windy like this when I was playing. Only flip it around and go the other way.
I understand.
Then I was really happy.
So you get an extra 20 or 30 feet of carry.
Well, you couldn't wipe the smile off my face coming to the ballpark when it was like that. Today might have been a little grumpy.
Now, this is a day. Haven't heard the word grumpy on Cubs radio very frequently lately. I kind of liked it. Here's a swing and a foul back. But this really is more what you would expect, Ron, in mid-April or early May with the wind blowing in like this, not on August the 6th.
Yeah, this is a rarity. You know, major weather change, 71 degrees. It's been very hot, very humid here around the Chicagoland area and in the Midwest for quite some time. But, boy, major change today.
Bounce to third, charging, gloving on the first hop. Miranda looked at second, but he'll throw to first. And that's going to be the second out in the inning. So safe at second is Swanson. And here's Ian Happ with an RBI opportunity with 2 down.
Kind of an odd play there as that ball hit the third. Miranda wanted to throw that ball to second base. Swanson does a good job of digging into second and not allowing him to throw and get the force out. And I think Amaya was looking at the third baseman to see if he was going to throw to second, and then he got a chance to set his feet and then throw the ball across the diamond. It was a close play at first.
Now Ian Happ with Swanson at second base will take a strike. Yeah, you were probably in that spot many times as an infielder. You see a grounder, you've got a chance for a double play, but you don't want to be late on the first throw. Any throw to second has to be in time without any worry on your part.
Absolutely. And that was a play where Miranda's running hard in. He's going to have to throw across his body on the run. He made the right choice. And they just barely got Amaya.
Happ fly to center his first time. Here's the pitch on the way. Ian batting left-handed, takes outside. Happ has been slumping, missed a game with a sore shoulder after colliding with that ivy-covered brick wall in the Saturday game against St. Louis. It was a great effort by Ian. And he's hitting just 153 since the All-Star break. They need him. They need everyone. Here comes the 1-2, fisted foul out of play. I wrote down a note here, Ron. You're getting to the point now. Cubs will have 46 regular season games remaining after tonight. Cubs really can ill afford to lose any more series. Maybe 1 or 2, but you can't lose many series from here on in and hope to be in the playoffs. Here's a bouncer out towards short. Gloving it is Castro, and he'll throw to first in time.
Yeah.
Willie Castro made the play. We'll continue this thought when we come back. Cubs don't score, leave 1 on to inning number 3. Cubs 3, Twins nothing on the score, and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cub fans, Craig Counsell here. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Moving day means that you and the things that matter to you are in for a big transition. There's a lot to figure out. New closets, different counter space, change of floor plan. No worries. CubeSmart is here, so you have a place for everything. It's our job to make self-storage as easy as possible. Online or in person, this is a self-storage experience that puts the focus on you because you matter to us. With self-storage that fits seamlessly into your life, you'll have plenty of peace of mind to unpack along the way. Click now to find a self-storage solution near you.
Gain presents a tale of longing and long-lasting scent. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Add Gain scent beads for an even longer lasting scent.
Are you looking for a future that's a home run? ETI School of Skilled Trades can help you get started in a great new welding or HVAC career fast. With a focus on hands-on learning, some of our programs can be completed in as little as 7 months. That means if you enroll now, you could be wrapping up your training before the next season rolls around. Visit eticampus.edu or call 888-830-7678 to learn more. ETI, it's your future. Own it.
Cubs leading the Twins 3-0 as we begin the top half of the third inning. And the third inning is sponsored by Grainger, official partner of the Chicago Cubs and Wrigley Field. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Pat?
Zach, thank you. We go to the third inning. Max Kepler first up. Left-handed batting outfielder, 1 for 4 in the series opener last night. Facing Shota Imanaga for the first time. Swings and misses. But while we were talking about the Cubs really in a spot, they are 7 games out of that third wild card spot, and there are several teams ahead of them. Here's the 0-1. Now, it's still possible.
Right.
You know, you got to play some really good ball, though. And I wrote down the note, the Cubs can really not afford to lose any series right now.
Yeah, you need to really have like a 10 of 12 wins. You need to have a hot stretch to jump some teams pretty quick, right? And then you get into that striking distance when you talk about the last month of the season, last few weeks.
Here comes the 1-2 now to Kepler. A breaking ball is down low. Looking at the National League wild card situation. Oddly, in the wild card, here's the pitch on the way outside. The top 3 wild card teams are exactly tied. Atlanta, Arizona, and San Diego. Yep. And then several teams chasing them. The Mets, the Pirates, the Cardinals, the Giants, the Reds, and the Cubs. Mets are a game and a half back.
So to actually get in, the Cubs got to jump 6 teams, correct?
Yeah.
That's the difficult part.
Because, they're not all going to be cold.
Mm-hmm.
1 or 2 of those teams is bound to play some pretty good ball, Ron.
Yeah, that's right.
But then you don't have any clear-cut leader either. You got Atlanta, Arizona, and San Diego. And they really, all 3 have just a game and a half buffer between being in the playoffs and being out.
That's right.
Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Kepler out on strikes. Pretty good battle between the two. Third strikeout for Shota Imanaga. He has set down the first 7. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers, sponsored by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Own every mile in a brand new Hyundai.
Another really good fastball by Shota, outer part of the strike zone, about bell time. Get the punch out.
Vasquez with an 0-1 count. Right-handed batting catcher takes down low. Now these Twins have 2 possible avenues to the postseason. For one, they're only 3.5 games out of the division lead. Cleveland Guardians have the top spot. Minnesota in second. 3.5 behind. Here comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss. And in the wild card, they currently hold the second wild card spot. The Yankees have the top, then Minnesota and Kansas City. Those would be the 3 wild card teams if the playoffs began today.
And the Twins play the Guardians right away, right after this series, I believe.
Cubs will be heading to Cleveland within the next week or 2 as well. In fact, the Cubs will be there starting a week from tonight.
Yep, that's right.
Or a week from last night it would be. Here comes the 2-2 pitch on the way. Just a little bit low in the count, 3-2. But Boston is a game and a half out of the wild card. Tampa 4.5 and Houston 5.
I think everybody thought that was strike 3 except for Phil Cuzzy.
He is the home plate umpire.
He's the only one that matters.
His opinion is sort of significant.
Vasquez was kind of walking towards the bench and went, better stop. He didn't call it a strike.
Yeah, you look kind of guilty when you do that.
Yeah, very
you?
much so. Yeah, when you step across the plate on the third, you're like, okay.
Well, if you think it was a strike, then maybe I do too.
Yeah.
Here's a swing and a foul out of play.
And we're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Imanaga, the left-hander, former Japanese star, delivers the ball fouled away off to the right and out of play.
All right, tonight's going to be one of them nights, too, as I'm watching these flags continue to blow in hard. The ball's hit into the short part of the outfield. The infielders are going to have to be very aggressive going out because that ball's really going to get blown back towards the infield.
And the payoff pitch on the way to Vasquez. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Strikeout number 4 for Imanaga. Nobody has reached base against him. He has set down the first 8 batters, and it brings up Brooks Lee.
Good split finger from Shota. And, it goes right back to the same kind of thing that happened yesterday with Kyle. When teams don't see a guy that really pitches back and forth and you got some young hitters, they have a very hard time making that adjustment the first time through the lineup when they haven't seen him. We're seeing that again. Kyle had 3 strikeouts right away yesterday. Shota now with 4 here the first time through the lineup, and he's still got 1 more hitter to go.
Here comes the 1-0 to Lee. It's a strike. Run, in your day as a player, what would have been your approach against such a pitcher?
Well, you really, in your first go-around through the lineup, you really want to pay attention to how many times he is throwing that split finger.
Low and inside, 2-1.
And is he running into a pattern quickly? To me, if you're facing, a guy like this, boy, you're going to get some high fastballs. You're on the high pitch, but you got to make it a strike. And so far, Shota's been able to pitch at times above the zone and above the swings of the Twins hitters.
Swinging a foul back, 2-2 on the number 9 hitter, Brooks Lee.
A guy like Shota, to me, I never really wanted to get to 2 strikes against him. I did not want to. He just had the weapons, too many weapons, at the back and forth to get you to punch out.
Swing and a miss. There's a weapon right there. Beautiful splitter. He strikes out the side. 3 perfect innings have been recorded by Shota Imanaga. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Cubs 3, Twins nothing. This is the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer bring you all the action on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Lowe's knows the brands that won't let you down on the job. That's why we carry all the top pro brands, like exclusive A.O. Smith hot water heaters, the largest in-store selection of DeWalt power tools and accessories of any national retailer, and the largest in-store retail selection of Klein tools nationwide. The products you're loyal to are all here in the quantities you need. Lowe's knows top brands. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Moving day means you're in for a big transition. CubeSmart makes self-storage as easy as possible. Online or in person, we put the focus on you. Click now to find a self-storage solution near you.
This summer, enjoy less sunscreen smell and more new car smell. Less sand stuck in between toes and more foot on pedal. Less suitcase packing and more cargo space. Make room for more than just memories this summer with a Lexus SUV. Find offers on select SUVs at the Lexus Golden Opportunity sales event. But hurry, the opportunity ends September 3rd. Click the banner to discover more. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
ADT knows a lot can happen in a second. 1 second you're happily single, and the next second you catch a glimpse of someone and you don't want to be. Maybe 1 second you have a business idea that seems like a pipe dream, and the next you have an LLC and a dream come true. And when it comes to your home, 1 second you feel safe, and the next something goes wrong. But with ADT's 24/7 professional monitoring, you still feel safe. Because when every second counts, count on ADT. Visit ADT.com today.
Michael Bush is on deck. Who's on deck is sponsored by On Deck. Need a small business loan fast? Apply today at OnDeck.com. Pat?
Michael Bush leads off the third inning for the Cubs. They lead 3-0 over Minnesota. Bush takes inside from the right-hander Pablo Lopez. Lopez, 6'4", 220-pounder, big man from Venezuela. Changeup is fouled at the plate, 1-1.
In the third inning is sponsored by Grainger, official partner of the Chicago Cubs and Wrigley Field. Call, click Grainger.com or just stop by.
Suzuki on deck and then Bellinger. Pablo Lopez deals down low for a ball. We'll be right back out here again tomorrow to wrap up this 3-game series. Right-handers Javier Assad and Joe Ryan are the scheduled starting pitchers. Bush pokes it foul off to the left, out of play. Thursday is a day off. The Cubs will be on the south side to take on the White Sox Friday night and Saturday night. White Sox are out in Oakland later on this evening. Here comes the 2-2, low and inside for a ball, 3-2. And they are going through a stretch that I would not wish on anyone.
Yeah.
21 straight losses. They lost to Oakland last night, 5-1. This pitch is taken down low for ball 4. Michael Bush gets the base on balls. Cubs lead 3-0, and here's Seiya Suzuki. He tied the American League record of the 1988 Baltimore Orioles. The Orioles did it right out of the gate. They started the year 0-21.
That's tough to recover from.
Right out of the gate. You don't recover. There's a fastball inside for a ball. Now, the league record in the National League since 1900 is 23 by the Phillies, 1961. Here comes the 1-0 pitch outside for a ball.
That is just tough.
White Sox have not had a win since the All-Star break.
Yeah.
Think about that. July the 10th, their last win. Outside for a ball, 3-0.
And with that walk to Michael Bush, walks by opposing pitchers, sponsored by North Shore Adult Diapers. Reassuringly strong protection for even the heaviest control problems. Visit NorthShore.com.
Did I hear a little sigh of relief at the very end of that commercial? You just kind of snuck that one in there, didn't you? Here's a swing and a high pop-up, shallow right. Kepler coming in, and he's going to make the catch. And that is out number 1. Suzuki retired. Here is Cody Bellinger. Do you rehearse that at home? Is that how you're able to do it so smoothly?
No, that's coming from the second row of the reassuringly strong protection for Zach. Is a happy moment for him.
I want you guys to think about this. There is a 19-mile-per-hour wind blowing in right now, so perhaps it's that.
So you're
Zach, are you changing the subject? We're
Very
trying
much
to
so.
divert our attention. Cody Bellinger, the batter. Cody will swing and miss. Cubs lead 3-0 here in inning number 3. Zach will be along in the 5th inning to work with Ron Coomer. Ron broke in with these Minnesota Twins. Bellinger swings and fouls it back.
And that one hit Phil Cuzzy right in the mask on a foul tip. Phil laughing, but if you've ever had that happen, that is jarring. It just kind of You understand what scrambled eggs are all about when you get that one. So that's what your brain feels like for a few seconds.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch now to Bellinger from Pablo Lopez. Big chop foul at the plate. The ball squirts into fair territory, but it was foul immediately.
Now, do you remember the first time that happened to you when you were umpiring home plate when you were a kid? Because you didn't catch. You were a shortstop as a kid playing ball, and I was too. We were infielders, but you go back there when you're umpiring and you get that one right in the mask, and that
it was like batting and getting hit in the head, in the helmet. Very similar, and that I've had that happen a time or two, and that's not pleasant. But you start realizing the importance of a good, strong mask.
Yes, you do.
0-2 on Bellinger, but that's part of being an umpire, part of being a catcher. Fly ball to center. It's going to be caught by Martin. I'll tell you what you realize also, not all parts of your feet are covered.
No.
You have the shin guards and you have the steel toe in the shoe, and that helps a little bit, but like the inside of the foot on the sides of the foot, no. You get hit with a fastball that skids under the catcher's glove, and
not fun.
Very painful. Isak Paredes, the batter. Isak's 3-run homer is the difference in this game. It came in the first inning, and it followed 2-out singles by Suzuki and Bellinger. Cubs kind of got a break on Bellinger's single. A good throw might have had Cody at first. But the second baseman, Lee, kind of hurried his throw and made a bad throw.
Well, I think he got a little disoriented because he kind of slid, and I think what he did is he jammed his knee into the ground, and it kind of flipped him over. And I just feel like he was a little discombobulated a little bit, and then just tried to fire the ball and really threw it wild.
Paredes will take a strike from Pablo Lopez. Cubs leading 3-0, bottom of the third. A cloudy, windy summer night at Wrigley. Lights have been on. They're having an effect now, but still in the twilight hour. And will be for another 20 minutes or so. Isak Paredes waiting. The runner goes. The pitch. A little looper, shallow right. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Racing to third, Michael Busch. He's going to try to score. Here comes the throw by Kepler. Not in time. The throw to second base. And that is in time. Nice base coaching by Willie Harris. Nice base running by Michael Busch. Cubs get a run on a bloop single by Isak Paredes into shallow right field. We'll sort out the scoring. I believe it's 9-6 for the put out at second. But boy, that's a nice RBI to get for Isak. Busch scoring from first base. He was running with the pitch. And a hustling play by Michael gives the Cubs a run. We go to the fourth inning at Wrigley. The score, Cubs 4, Twins nothing. This is the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans. It's Pete Crow Armstrong. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Busy days and long to-do lists? Don't forget about your eyes. Pearl Vision has stylish frames from brands like Dolce & Gabbana, Michael Kors, and more. Visit pearlvision.com to schedule your eye exam and get 40% off lenses. Pearl Vision works with all major vision plans, including iMed and VSP. Valid prescription required. Valid at participating locations. Restrictions apply. Taxes extra. See store for details. Ends August 31st, 24. Exams available at the Independent Doctors of Optometry at or next to Pearl Vision. Some doctors employed by Pearl Vision.
Hi, I'm Steve Malman. Most auto injury lawyers will tell you they don't get paid until you win, but they still gotta win. At Malman Law, we win 95% of our cases. Call 888-MALMAN-LAW or visit malmanlaw.com.
Lowe's knows the brands that won't let you down on the job. That's why we carry all the top pro brands, like exclusive A.O. Smith hot water heaters, the largest in-store selection of DeWalt power tools and accessories of any national retailer, and the largest in-store retail selection of Klein tools nationwide. The products you're loyal to are all here in the quantities you need. Lowe's knows top brands. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Moving day means that you and the things that matter to you are in for a big transition. There's a lot to figure out. New closets, different counter space, change of floor plan. No worries. CubeSmart is here, so you have a place for everything. It's our job to make self-storage as easy as possible. Online or in person, this is a self-storage experience that puts the focus on you because you matter to us. With self-storage that fits seamlessly into your life, you'll have plenty of peace of mind to unpack along the way. Click now to find a self-storage solution near you.
The out-of-town scoreboard is fueled by Citgo Tri-Clean Gasoline. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. Bottom of the second inning in Pittsburgh. Padres and Pirates are delayed by rain. They are scoreless.
We go to the fourth inning, Zach. Leading it off is Manny Margot. He has the count of a ball and a strike. What other games are you following?
So top of the eighth inning in Miami, it's all Cincinnati. The Reds with an 8-2 lead over the Marlins. Ellie De La Cruz with a 2-run double.
Popped up foul and back out of play.
C.J. Abrams with a 3-run home run. The Nationals lead the Giants 8-5 now. Last of the sixth inning in our nation's capital. It's the Blue Jays on top of the Orioles. 5-1. Top of the seventh inning, Alejandro Kirk with a 3-run shot.
Nobody has reached against Imanaga in 3 innings. Here's the pitch to Margot. Swing and a miss. He has set down the first 10 batters, 6 of them on strikeouts. 1 away in the fourth. Cubs on top 4-0. He sought Paredes after a 3-run homer in the first run. He got that bloop single that turned into an RBI in the bottom of that third inning.
Boy, that's one of those where you tell Michael Bush, wait till we go on the road trip. We get to where do we go next? We go Cleveland. Is that the next city we go to?
I believe so.
Yep, stakes on me, buddy.
Good hustle by Bush.
Yeah, that was good base running. He took off early, rounded second. He was going, and Willie Harris did a nice job of, hey, take a shot at the plate. You know, Kepler hadn't got to the ball yet, and Bushy was rounding third base. So very good heads-up base running and coaching by the Cubs.
It's one of those rounds with 2 outs. You think, why not?
Yeah.
Down low for a ball. So you got Nico Horner on deck. He would have been the next batter had you decided as a coach to hold the runner at third. Nico hitting about 250. So that means he'll drive in the run 1 out of every 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
As a base coach, are you thinking, and you know where I'm going with this, does he have better than a 25% chance of scoring if I send him? If the answer is yes, you give him the green light.
Absolutely.
Right?
Well, you got the right fielder, Kepler. He's running in full speed to come get that little bloop over the infield.
Fastball is inside, and Santana draws a walk. The first blemish on the slate of Shota Imanaga tonight. A walk with 1 away in the 4th inning.
Shota wanted this pitch. He thought that was a strike, and that's about as borderline as you can get. And when you're going as good as he is so far, he kind of expected that call and didn't get it.
The Cubs count on Granger's help to keep beautiful Wrigley Field running as Royce Lewis hits a fly ball to deep left field. Trouble back is Happ near the wall. That's a home run into the basket, and Minnesota takes a bite out of the deficit. A 2-run homer for Royce Lewis, and now it's a 4-2 ball game. Line smash. Happ went back. The wall about 11.5 feet high there. It landed in the basket, just leaving Wrigley Field, similar to the home run hit by Paredes earlier.
Yeah, this one, a line drive and gets a little protection from the wind with that scoreboard in left, and that is the spot where the ball will carry if you keep it out of the wind, and that's just the line drive, landed in the basket just over Ian's head, right as that outfield brick wall and ivy curve in the well.
Fly ball to shallow left, racing in. Ian Happ going out and making a tough basket catch is Dansby Swanson. Going in the wind with your back to the infield going out, that's not an easy play.
Very difficult play, and we talked about that right at the beginning, that for Cubs infielders, you have to be aggressive going out on these short fly balls because the wind is going to grab them and bring it back to you. And Dansby with a great over-the-shoulder basket catch. That is not an easy catch.
2 down, 2 runs in. Cubs lead 4-2, inning number 4. Willie Castro takes outside.
That could be the catch of the game.
We could.
Pretty good one.
The Cubs count on Granger's help to keep Wrigley Field running. To get the products you need, call clickgranger.com or stop by. Granger, official partner of the Chicago Cubs and Wrigley Field. We still have to make our attendance picks in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Fastball low and in to Willie Castro. I'll go ahead and get us started.
All right.
I'll say 36,163. Cubs lead 4-2 here in the 4th inning. Castro linesman to left, coming in half and slides, makes a beautiful backhand diving catch. Is Ian okay? He caught the ball and then landed with the full weight of his body on that left wrist. I think he's okay. That could not have felt great. He did make an excellent play. 2 runs on the homer by Royce Lewis. On just 1 hit, we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Cubs 4, Twins 2. This is the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs radio network.
Every home run and double play is called by Pat and Ron on the Chicago Cubs radio network.
Lowe's knows the brands that won't let you down on the job. That's why we carry all the top pro brands, like exclusive A.O. Smith hot water heaters, the largest in-store selection of DeWalt power tools and accessories of any national retailer, and the largest in-store retail selection of Klein tools nationwide. The products you're loyal to are all here in the quantities you need. Lowe's knows top brands. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
What is chronic migraine? It's 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more. Botox, onabotulinum toxin A, prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine. It's not approved for adults with migraine who have 14 or fewer headache days a month. Ask your doctor about Botox.
Botox is a prescription medicine injected by your doctor. Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Allergic reactions can include rash, welts, asthma symptoms, and dizziness. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, including ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
Talk to your doctor and visit BotoxChronicMigraine.com or call 1-800-44-BOTOX to learn more.
League Leaders are sponsored by the Village of New Lenox, leading the way in residential and economic development. Bobby Wick Jr. of the Royals leading the majors in batting average, hitting .344. Aaron Judge, the power man, 41 home runs, 103 RBIs.
Nico Horner will take a strike to start the bottom of the 4th inning, Zach.
And Ellie De La Cruz of the Reds has 58 stolen bases to lead the majors, Pat.
Horner lined out to left his first time. Nico takes inside ball 1, 1-1. The scoreboard out in center not working right now, so we'll have to do it in our heads. Boy, are we in trouble. Here comes the next pitch to Nico. It's inside. Cubs baseball brought to you by Stella Blue Coffee. In fact, I saw Zach having some Stella Blue earlier. You look like you were enjoying it. Would you like to read the commercial for Stella Blue, Zach?
Yeah, there you go. See?
Yeah, I have the Electric Avenue.
Here's a check swing ground ball to third. Fair, barehanded by the third baseman, but his throw is late. Miranda almost made a miraculous play. He barehanded the ball right near the bag. The ball just fair. And it's an infield single for Nico Horner.
This is kind of a dangerous play for Miranda. It's a very good play, but if he whiffs on this catch, there's nobody behind him. The shortstop stays where he's at. That ball's going to roll down the line. That's going to be a double. Mm-hmm. And that would have been the softest hit double that Nico has ever had. But Miranda did make the play barehanded, and Nico with a base hit.
Dansby Swanson swings and misses. Zach, what do you got?
Yeah, so I had the Electric Avenue, the dark roast, and with each purchase of Stella Blue Coffee,
Very
proceeds go to Paw Chicago, helping pets in the Chicagoland area. Yeah, I'm jacked up after that coffee. And you can buy Stella Blue Coffee now at Mariano's, Jewel, Pick and Save, Metro Market. You can order online if that's easier for you at StellaBlueCoffee.com or Amazon Prime. Stella Blue Coffee, helping homeless pets in need.
Very nice read, Zach. Here comes the 1-1 to Dansby Swanson instead of toss to first. Ron and I have read that many times all year long.
Yeah. I don't think we've read it that good.
Just didn't quite have the style that Zach did a moment ago. It was very impressive.
Yeah.
Why, thank you, Pat.
You're very welcome. Yeah. Here's a pitch taken high for a ball. It's 2-1.
Fourth inning sponsored by Wintrust, the exclusive home of Cubs checking.
Tomorrow's a day game. We might all need a cup or two of Stella Blue Coffee tomorrow. Swing and a miss by Dansby Swanson. The count 2-2. We're getting close to a station ID break. And we'll pass one along after this next pitch by Pablo Lopez. Cubs lead 4-2. We're in the fourth inning. Here's a swing and a miss on a breaking ball, and that's a strikeout. One down. Let's pause 10 for ID. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams on the Parkins and Spiegel Show, afternoons 2 to 6 on The Score, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, on Odyssey Sports Station.
Pete Crow Armstrong steps in. Pete flied to left his first time up. The left-handed batter will swing and miss, and the count 0-1. In on the grass at third is Miranda. Most of Crow Armstrong's bunts have gone to the first base side of the mound.
Yeah.
Here comes the 0-1, low and inside.
I just love the idea that the defense is now, he's showed bunt enough, Pat, where you're bringing the corner infielders in. The second baseman has to keep that in mind, too, with that drag bunt that he pulls. And it just brings the infield in. It just gives him more space in the infield to get him a base hit.
A check swing on a ball outside. It's 2-1. I don't know the answer to this question, Ron, but as most bunters, do you think they prefer pushing it to the opposite side or dragging it with them? Here is a swing and a miss, and the count 2-2.
That's a good question.
Because I've seen both, and I know you have
correct.
too. And if they're done effectively, they can both work for base hits.
Now, some of the best bunters that I've ever seen, and maybe the best bunter I ever talked to and saw, and he worked with us in spring training, was Rod Carew years ago with the Minnesota Twins. And he liked to bunt the ball towards third base.
That always made more sense to me. The reason is, again, you can do it both ways and be great either way. But many times you'll see a left-handed batter bunted up the first baseline, and the first baseman, it's right on the line, comes in, grabs the ball, and tags the runner before he even gets to the base. There goes the runner, Horner, swinging a foul back, something that would never happen on a bunt to third.
Correct. If you pull the bunt with you as a left-handed hitter, usually those guys try to do that with a left-handed pitcher on the mound that is falling off the mound towards the third base side. So what they try to do is pull that bunt hard enough, and their aiming spot is at the second baseman, and pull that ball with them to get it past the pitcher and make the second baseman feel it.
Nico running the pitch inside, stolen base. Career stolen base number 100 for Nico Horner. He got a big jump, and the catcher, Vasquez, never even threw the ball. 100 steals for Nico in an era where guys just don't steal that many bags anymore.
Yeah, all of a sudden, he's making that a good weapon.
A little dribbler back to the mound. Pablo Lopez throws to first in time. Horner advances to third. There are 2 outs in the inning, and the batter is Miguel Amaya.
And that's Nico's 20th stolen base of the season this year. And stolen bases by the Cubs. Every stolen base this season, sponsored by Turo Tire. They will make a donation to Keeping Families Covered. That's a Turo Tire. Great cause and great job by Nico.
2 down, a man at third. Let's see if Amaya can drive in the run here. Right-hander to right-hander. And Miguel will take a fastball strike.
Now, I know we need to make our guesses in the attendance game. I'm going to say 36,500.
Here comes the set by the big right-hander and the 0-1. Pulled foul on the ground toward third.
I'm going to go 35,500. And the maestro, Paul Zarang, our engineer, going with 35,222.
All right, we are all locked in. The Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Amaya looks at a ball that breaks off the outside corner. Cubs trying to get even in this series. Cubs playing a lot of games consecutively, 14 against the American League right now. This is game number 2.
Yeah, real oddity in the schedule.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
After this, the Cubs play the White Sox twice on the south side starting Friday night, then 3 in Cleveland, then coming home, a homestand against Toronto and Detroit.
Yeah.
The next National League team, August 23rd at Miami. That is an oddity.
Mm-hmm.
Now Tom called the catcher Vasquez out to talk with Pablo Lopez. You've got a 2-2 count on the catcher. Amaya, what would you be discussing here?
I think this is just strategy on what are we trying to do here? Do we want to attack Amaya at 2-2? And with what? Do you want to get to Ian Happ? That's the other question. So I'm sure they could not agree on what pitch Lopez wanted to throw.
Here comes the 2-2 from Pablo Lopez. Fouled away. Pretty good swing by Miguel. He was on that one.
Yeah, that was a high fastball, and he was right on time.
Now we are approaching the very tail end of twilight. In about 5 minutes or so, the lights will take full effect on this cloudy, breezy summer night. And the 2-2. Breaking ball is outside. Again, Amaya had a good look at that pitch.
It's a good take. He did not chase that slider away. Running to count to 3-2.
Here comes the 3-2 on the way. Line to right. Kepler is right there to make the catch to end the inning. Zach Zaidman will join Ron Coomer in a moment. We've played 4 innings. It's the Cubs 4 and the Twins 2. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs fans, Ian Happ here. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Busy days and long to-do lists. Don't forget about your eyes. Pearl Vision has stylish frames from brands like Dolce & Gabbana, Michael Kors, and more. Visit pearlvision.com to schedule your eye exam and get 40% off lenses. Pearl Vision works with all major vision plans, including iMed and VSP. Valid prescription required. Valid at participating locations. Restrictions apply. Taxes extra. See store for details. Ends August 31st, 24. Exams available at the Independent Doctors of Optometry at or next to Pearl Vision. Some doctors employed by Pearl Vision.
Luna, what's in your fur? Are those... Oh, fleas. Oh, fleas is right. Summer's here, and the bugs are at your door. Thankfully, Chewy AutoShip is too. Get your flea and tick meds delivered on repeat. Shop now at chewy.com.
Lowe's knows the brands that won't let you down on the job. That's why we carry all the top pro brands, like exclusive A.O. Smith hot water heaters, the largest in-store selection of DeWalt power tools and accessories of any national retailer, and the largest in-store retail selection of Klein tools nationwide. The products you're loyal to are all here in the quantities you need. Lowe's knows top brands. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Hi, I'm Steve Malman. Most auto injury lawyers will tell you they don't get paid until you win, but they still gotta win. At Malman Law, we win 95% of our cases. Call 888-MALMAN-LAW or visit malmanlaw.com.
This summer, enjoy less sunscreen smell and more new car smell. Less sand stuck in between toes and more foot on pedal. Less suitcase packing and more cargo space. Make room for more than just memories this summer with a Lexus SUV. Find offers on select SUVs at the Lexus Golden Opportunity sales event. But hurry, the opportunity ends September 3rd. Click the banner to discover more. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Mully and Haw talk Cubs baseball on Chicago Sports every weekday morning from 5:30 to 10 on 670 The Score and the Odyssey app. We are in the top half of the fifth inning. The Cubs with a 4-2 lead over the Twins as Austin Martin looks at a breaking ball outside to begin the Twins half of the fifth inning. The next pitch by Shota is hit high in the air. Shallow right, foul territory. Bush along the netting tries to make a catch, falls into the stands, but was unable to corral the ball. That's just a strike.
Now, very nice effort by Michael Bush as the wind grabs this ball, blows it towards the stands, and it hits Michael Bush in the heel of the glove as he's colliding into the wall. And that little gate area just down past the first base dugout and between the netting and a fan in the first row helping out Michael Bush just to catch him.
The next pitch is a one-hopper. Fielded on a high hop by Swanson is thrown to first in time and one away. The first out sponsored by Xfinity. Stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once.
And I know Michael's happy about that. He did not get an error, but it's one of those plays where it could have been caught, but it's a really difficult play because you're crashing into the wall and the ball's hitting you in the glove. But you're much happier when the very next pitch is a one hopper to short and it's an out.
Max Kepler at the plate. He swings and misses at a slider from Imanaga, 0-1. Wind whipping in from center field. That first pitch, 19 miles per hour. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, foul back off the screen, 0-2. Kepler struck out swinging in the third. He's 0 for 1, one of 6 strikeouts on the night for Shota. Kepler grew up in Germany, learning how to play baseball. His parents, both of them, were professional ballet dancers. 0-2 the count as Kepler waits. Lefty-lefty matchup and the pitch. Called strike 3, a breaking ball that spun into the zone. Kepler's retired, 7 strikeouts on the night for Shota, 2 away.
Now, on a few breaking balls Shota has thrown tonight, and this one in a perfect location at the knees on the outside corner. Kepler kind of flinches at this one, hadn't seen that pitch, and Shota gets another punch out.
So here's Christian Vasquez, the catcher, and the pitch. Foul back off the screen, 0-1. But yeah, you heard right. Kepler's parents,
dancers.
Both professional ballet dancers, so a lot of athleticism needed to do that. That's where Kepler got it from. He was also given a tennis scholarship as a kid to the Steffi Graf Tennis Foundation. This guy was a pretty good athlete. But they do play baseball in Germany. And he just rose up the ranks. Here's the 0-1. That's low for a ball. 1-1 now to Vasquez.
I would say, and then some.
Yes. An international scout noticed him at the age of 14, and the rest is history. Vasquez waits for the 1-1 delivery. Shota kicks, hesitates, and delivers. Fouled out of play off to the right, second deck. 1-2.
Now, Kepler at 6'4", if I'm not mistaken, most now ballerinas, the female side of that, those girls are usually pretty small, I would think, right? They're not real tall. 6'4". Could you imagine that?
Vasquez swings and misses at a fastball off the outside. Strike 3. Strikeout number 8 on the night for Shota. That ends the top half of the 5th inning. If you want, we'll continue the valet conversation in the last of the 5th. The Cubs with a 4-2 lead over the Twins on the score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer are Chicago's Sound of Summer on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Baseball is in full swing. NBA playoffs are heating up, and your NFL team is gearing up for training camp. Listen to the latest on the teams you love here on the Odyssey app. The biggest sports radio stations in the country, providing unrivaled local coverage of their teams, all in one place. Exclusive interviews with players, coaches, and team executives, streaming live and always available on demand. Stay in the know with your favorite teams right here on the Odyssey app.
Trends may come and go, but clear vision will always be in style. So for the first day of school, start your kids off with fresh new glasses so they're feeling good and seeing great. Just visit pearlvision.com to schedule an eye exam and get free lenses for kids. Pearl Vision works with all major vision plans, including iMed and VSP.
Valid prescription required. Valid at participating locations. Restrictions apply. Taxes extra. See store for details. Ends August 31st, 24. Exams available at the Independent Doctors of Optometry at or next to Pearl Vision. Some doctors employed by Pearl Vision.
Immerse yourself in academic excellence. Take comfort in welcome surroundings. Revel in exhilarating events. Discover invaluable educational experiences at a value rivaled by few. Southern Illinois University Edwardsville. The right place, the right people, so you can own tomorrow. Take your first steps to a promising future at siue.edu.
The Cubs marquee Odyssey, Stand Up to Cancer, and American Airlines are joining forces to host a multi-day effort to raise funds for cancer research. Cubs for a Cure culminates Saturday, August 17th at Gallagher Way with fundraising activities. Fans that purchase tickets at Cubs.com/specials will receive a Cubs for a Cure t-shirt. Ian Happ at the plate leading off the last of the 5th for the Cubs. Pablo Lopez deals, and the first pitch is fouled out of play off to the left. 0-1 the count on Happer. Cubs with a 4-2 lead over the Twins. It's the Isaac Paredes show. I'm not going out on a limb. This is by far and away his best game since the trade with Tampa Bay. A 3-run shot in the first and a ribby single in the third for Paredes. The pitch to Happ is taken for a strike, a slider that spins into the zone and nips the outside portion of the plate. 0-2.
Yeah, he hit that home run, a 3-run bomb in the first inning, straight into the wind, and big swing in the bat.
A one-hopper fielded by Lopez on the mound. He tosses to first. A little errant. It pulled Santana off the bag, but he had enough time to make the catch in foul territory and then step back and touch the cushion before Happ got there. 1 away.
You do all that practice in spring training, all the times you do pitchers fielding practice, PFP, the ballpark, and then your pitcher gets a ball hit back to him. He's falling off the mound, and he just kind of side slings one. And it goes against everything you work on for years and years and years. You drive a manager crazy. The pitching coach, now he knows he's got to go out there and hit fungos to the pitchers again here in the next couple of days just because of that one.
Minnesota native Michael Busch looks at a slider for a strike. 0-1 the count.
Because all us infielders should be wearing out the pitching coach going, did you see that? With all that work we're doing, and that's what we're doing in the game? Oh, yeah. It's just driving crazy.
I can't imagine you would do that.
No, never. Never.
Last pitch up high, 1-1 the count on Busch. Left-handed batter against the right-hander Lopez, who works on the extreme first base side of the rubber. He rocks back and delivers the pitch. Busch swings and cracks a ground ball in right center field for a base hit. Busch digging for second now stops as the right fielder Kepler gets the ball back into the infield, but Michael Busch with a single against the team he grew up rooting for as a kid in Minnesota, the Twins.
Yeah, it's Inver Grove Heights, Minnesota. They're all watching this game tonight back in Minnesota, and good for him. He's had a couple really nice plays. He had he had a good at bat for a walk, but great base running to go from first to home on a little parachute by Paredes over the infield, and he ended up scoring a run. A great base running by Bushy.
Seiya Suzuki looks at a fastball inside, 1-0 the count. The Cubs with a 4-2 lead, 1 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Lopez deals, and Seiya swings, hits a rocket, deep center field, but playable. That wind knocking it down, and the catch is made short of the track by Martin. Tagging and advancing to second base is Bush as he slides in safely underneath the tag of the shortstop, Castro.
Great play by Michael, and this is something that's set up, right? So the ball is hit to deep center field, but the wind starts bringing it back. And Michael tags up. Martin kind of plays this ball kind of casually, catches it, not really set the throw, and then has to get himself regathered and make a strong throw. Bush catches him by surprise and makes it to second base. Great heads-up base running by Michael Bush.
So here's Cody Bellinger. We're in the Potawatomi Casino Hotel 5th inning. Light up your senses. The Cubs with a 4-2 lead over the Twins. And time called by Bellinger. He steps out of the box.
I think every now and then Belly just gets an awkward grip of the bat with that top hand. Should be his left hand with that broken finger and that pad and guard that he's wearing.
As Bellinger looks at a strike on the outside corner, a fastball from Lopez.
Well, it's just great base running play and just great slide, but love Michael Bush's aggressiveness on this play to take second base.
Bellinger waits for the 0-1. Left-handed batter, upright stance, and the pitch. A swing and a miss at a fastball, 0-2. We're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. Bush's favorite players as a kid, watching the Twins. Joe Mauer, Justin Marneau.
Yeah.
Here's the 0-2. And that is in the dirt. It squirts to the right of Vasquez, and taking third base on the wild pitch is Bush.
A little breaking ball in the dirt. Vasquez couldn't corral it, and it kind of trickles away from him towards the Twins dugout. So Bushy will get to third.
So 1-2 the count with Bellinger at the plate, Bush at third base. Cubs with a 4-2 lead. 2 away here in the 5th. Lopez with a long set. And the pitch. Up high, 2-2. The other thing that Bush said is when he was a pitcher, he dabbled with one of those Johan Santana-like changeups.
Yeah, so did every other kid in Minnesota. The only problem is they couldn't throw it as well as Santana.
Here's the 2-2. This is fouled back by Bellinger.
Santana and Radke, they kind of had the changeup thing working, boy, about as good as you could do for a good 10, 12, maybe 15 years between the two of them.
And Bush also played football. He was a quarterback and a really good hockey player as a young man, but baseball was always his favorite sport. Here's the 2-2. That's outside to Bellinger, full count. Lopez missing with a fastball.
Wonder how many tickets he's got here at Wrigley tonight from people from Minnesota. I knew I couldn't hit him up for tickets. I got my own issues.
The payoff pitch to Bellinger. Popped up left side, foul territory, giving Chase Miranda, the third baseman. But this one is out of play in back of the Cubs dugout along the third baseline. So Bellinger will have another opportunity.
Minnesota fans, they love to come to Chicago, to Wrigley Field. Always have.
I know the football rivalry is pretty big between the Bears and the Vikings. Lopez is ready. Sets at the belt, kicks and delivers the 3-2. Called strike. Fastball right down the middle at the knees. Fooled Bellinger. That is out number 3. Bush stranded at third base. We head to the 6th. The Cubs a 4-2 lead over the Twins on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Catch every moment of every game all season long on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
This summer, get away in the Hyundai you've always wanted at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get the hottest deals of the season on many of our award-winning Hyundai models, which all come with America's best warranty. But get going, because these deals won't last. Add more joy to your journey at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now for a limited time, get 1.99% APR for 60 months on the Hyundai Tucson or Elantra. Hurry into the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Offers end September 3rd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Rocky, where are you? No, not in the mulch. Oh, please.
Protect your pet from fleas and ticks and get 20% off your first Chewy pharmacy order, including flea and tick meds. Use code RX20 at chewy.com/flea and tick.
When you're ready to trade up from ordinary to extraordinary and the time of your life, visit the Midwest's premier entertainment destination, Four Winds Casinos. Extraordinary food, shows, shopping, and fun at Four Winds Casinos. Visit fourwindscasinos.com and trade up from ordinary to extraordinary. Four Winds Casinos.
Juvederm Day is coming soon on August 21st. Buy one $75 Juvederm gift card, get one free. One day only on August 21st. Juvederm Day gift cards can be used on any product in the Juvederm collection. Don't miss out on this once-a-year chance to save. Join Allie now. While supplies last, Skin Vive by Juvederm is excluded from this promotion. Terms and conditions apply.
Today's Woodman's home run inning contestant is Brianna Nielsen from Roselle, who will win the Woodman's gift card jackpot of $100 if the Northsider hits a home run this inning. You can enter with a QR code at any Chicago area Woodman's. Good luck, Brianna. Today's Woodman's home run inning contestant, service and savings. That's Woodman's. Pat?
Zach, thank you. Brooks Lee will lead off this sixth inning against Shota Imanaga. First pitch swung on and missed. Shota has allowed just one hit through 5 innings. It came right after a base on balls to Carlos Santana. And the only hit supplied by Royce Lewis, a 2-run homer to left. That came in the 4th inning. The Cubs lead 4-2. All of the runs driven in by Isaac Paredes. Isaac with his first homer in a Cub uniform in the 1st inning. It came with 2 men on. And then a bloop single in the 3rd with 2 outs. A hustling Michael Bush scored all the way from first. Michael showing some real base running skill in this game. Moved up on the fly ball back in that 5th inning when Zach and Ron were calling it for you. That's a nice dimension for a first baseman who's a solid base runner, Ron.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's got some speed. There's no doubt. Him taking second on a fly ball to center. Kind of caught Martin flat-footed in center field. Scored from first on that little bloop single.
Bounce to the 3rd, foul.
You know, his high school coach, who's probably watching if he's not here, in Inver Grove Heights, Minnesota, is going, I taught him that play.
Sure.
He learned that base running in my program.
Sure,
you know
yes,
that.
yeah. I remember the day I taught him that. Mm-hmm. 1-2 on Brooks Lee. The number 9 hitter struck out his first time. Now Imanaga coming back and misses down low. Here's a number, Ron, that I think tells you what you need to know. The Cubs' record when Imanaga starts a game this year, 16-4. It's not just a coincidence that they're winning when he's pitching. Here comes the 2-2. Fly ball, right center, pretty well hit on the run. Crow Armstrong, and it's off his glove up against the right center field fence. It'll be a leadoff double for Brooks Lee. I thought Crow Armstrong was going to make that catch. He had to be thinking about the brick wall that was rapidly approaching. He reached out, Ron, and I think he got a fingertip on the ball but couldn't hold on.
Yeah, I think this ball kind of fools Pete Crow Armstrong as this ball is hit, and it's really well struck. And it kind of goes into the wind, and then the wind gets a hold of it and starts slicing it away from Pete Crow Armstrong. And it tips the edge of his glove, bounces into the warning track, and then into the ivy for a double.
It's a two-base hit. Here's Manny Margot batting. It's always a little frightening when you see a guy running at top speed, as Crow Armstrong was, and getting close to that ivy-covered brick wall. Here's the 1-0. It's in there for a strike.
Have you ever gone out there and touched the ivy itself and the vines in that?
Absolutely.
It is not soft by any means.
They've got almost like little stickers
and
that
the vines
jab you.
Yeah, they do. And it looks incredible, but it is, and it's all brick right behind it. So it is not the most comfortable thing to slam into, that's for sure.
But he came very close on that play run. And as an athlete, you're trying to make the catch. That's the only thing you're really thinking about until you get to a certain area. And then you've got to start thinking about the wall as well. Here's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Good changeup. Margot is out on strikes, and here's Carlos Santana.
Yeah, another great split finger by Shota. Yeah, if you noticed, when that ball was hit, he had a beat on it, and then all of a sudden, the wind started drifting it away from him, and he had to reroute a little bit to try to get there.
There's a one-hopper to third. The runner holds at second as Paredes throws to first to retire Carlos Santana, out number 2. And the batter is Royce Lewis. Twins with only 2 hits in the game. The 2-run homer by Lewis in the 4th, and now the double by Lee here in the 6th inning. First out in the inning was sponsored by Xfinity. You can stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once. This pitch is outside to Lewis. Just one walk in the game issued by Imanaga, and that was to Santana before the homer by Lewis. Here comes the 1-0 from Shota. Swing and a miss.
That was a good split finger once again. He's had a good one tonight. Pat, the pitch clock violations. That pitch clock violation is powered by Work Zone Safety. Make sure you follow Work Zone signs. It's not a game.
Twins have won 5 in a row before this one. Here comes the 1-1. Dribbled foul toward third. And again, they're a good team. They had that 12-game winning streak earlier this year. Started in late April and continued until May the 4th. 12 in a row. Has there been a longer winning streak by any team in the big leagues this season?
I don't think so, no.
One. But they right now are 15 games over 500. And they would be one of the wild card teams if the playoffs started today. Here's a grounder to short, charging, gloving. Swanson sets the feet, makes the throw, gets him. Good pitching by Shota. He gave up the leadoff double to Brooks Lee, and then Lee never moved away from second base. So no runs on a hit, a man left. Middle of inning number 6, Cubs 4, Twins 2. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs fans, Justin Steele here. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Looking for a tequila that puts tradition above trends? Raise a glass of Lunazul. Lunazul tequila is made with 100% Blue Weber agave and no extras. No celebrity endorsements, no vanilla additives. Just real, authentic flavor that's sure to make a statement. Because great tequila speaks for itself. And those who know, look to Luna. Lunazul Tequila, Bardstown, Kentucky. 40% alcohol by volume. Think wisely. Drink wisely.
Busy days and long to-do lists. Don't forget about your eyes. Pearl Vision has stylish frames from brands like Dolce & Gabbana, Michael Kors, and more. Visit pearlvision.com to schedule your eye exam and get 40% off lenses. Pearl Vision works with all major vision plans, including iMed and VSP.
Valid prescription required. Valid at participating locations. Restrictions apply. Taxes extra. See store for details. Ends August 31st, 24. Exams available at the Independent Doctors of Optometry at or next to Pearl Vision. Some doctors employed by Pearl Vision.
Moving day means you're in for a big transition. CubeSmart makes self-storage as easy as possible. Online or in person, we put the focus on you. Click now to find a self-storage solution near you.
Isak Paredes is on deck. Who's on deck? Is sponsored by On Deck. Need a small business loan fast? Apply today at ondeck.com. Pat?
There is a new pitcher in the game for Minnesota. Spells his last name Dobnak. As he goes to work on Isak Paredes, and the first pitch is in there for a strike. Isak has been the Cubs' offense tonight. A 3-run homer in the first, a run-scoring single in the third. The next offering by Dobnak is going to be outside for a ball, 1-1. Dobnak, long hair, full beard, wears glasses. This pitch is low and outside for a ball, 2-1. Pablo Lopez worked 5 innings, was touched for 7 hits and 4 earned runs. Here's a smash foul down the left field line. Let's see what effect Ron the homer will have for Paredes. He's already singled since the home run, but sometimes that's all a guy needs when he joins a new team. Just a big hit, play a key role in a win, maybe a home run. That's even better.
Well, you know,
pitch inside.
The weight off his shoulders. You get traded and you come right in and you want to do well. You know, we've all been there, and you get traded and you want to make an impact. And, you know, things haven't gone, you know, he's played very good defensively, but he hasn't got many hits.
Deep drive to left. This is curling foul. And that's back out of play. A long drive, but foul.
And to your point, right here, how about this? The last 2 swings, he's hit balls right on the button and just hooked them foul.
Now the bearded right-hander fires. Outside, ball 4. Paredes is on for the 3rd time in the game. And let's see if that leads to bigger and better things as Nico Horner steps in.
And walks by opposing pitchers. They're sponsored by North Shore Adult Diapers, reassuringly strong protection for even the heaviest control problems, Zach. Visit northshore.com.
Horner, the batter, shows bunt, bunts it in the air, foul, and it drops untouched. The catcher, Vasquez, knew the ball was bunted. He didn't know where the ball was. It was up in the air with the mask on. It's hard to see. And he just couldn't get there. It fell in foul territory, untouched.
I did a pretty good job of trying to get to that ball. Just couldn't quite get there.
Your speed is limited when you've got the chest protector and the shin guards. Here's a swing and a foul off to the right.
Yeah, the shin guards really make it tough, that's for sure. Heart of the lineup, they're sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Book a low fare today at southwest.com. And I don't know if you know this or not, partner, but 2 bags fly free.
2?
2.
Here's a pitch inside for a ball. It's 1-2. What a tremendous deal that is.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Now, I know you always travel with 2 bags on our plane. They'd fly free.
I like that concept.
The free part?
Absolutely. There's a ground ball to short. Fielded by Castro, goes to second for 1 over to first. Not in time.
We're not friends for nothing, I'll tell you.
Horner safe at first. Nico hustling always. And the batter, Dansby Swanson. Cubs lead 4-2. We're in the 6th inning.
Now, boy, it should be nice, Cubs, to get another insurance run here in this inning. Dansby 1 for 2 on the day.
Swanson a single to right on a strikeout. He waits for Dobnak. And the pitch on the way. That's a good fastball strike on the outside edge. Opposing pitching changes. You would think in game 116 I would have that memorized by now. I don't.
Well, you know they're from our friends from Sloan.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just
fly ball to right center. Long run for Martin. Slides and cannot make the catch. The ball bounces out near the warning track. Horner around third, heading home. He scores. It's a triple for Swanson, and the Cubs lead 5-2. The ball got up in the wind. Martin, the center fielder, went back and then tried to come in and over and couldn't get there. That's a wind-affected three-base hit for Dansby Swanson.
Now, once again, Dansby goes the other way. His first hit of the game was the other way. And now this ball goes up the straightaway center, and the wind gets a hold of it, as you said, and slices it away from Martin. And then he has to come in and make a dive. Couldn't get there. And the ball bounces past them, and Swanson will end up with a triple and an RBI.
Nico scored all the way from first. Cubs lead 5-2. The Twins have the infield in. Pete Crow Armstrong will take a wild pitch. And here comes Swanson to score. A wild pitch from Dobnak.
That's just a pitch in the dirt. And when it hits, it just explodes. Vasquez tries to get the glove down. This is a fastball that bounces in front of home plate or right on the plate. And nothing he could do. I mean, actually, I really think this pitch kind of fools him. Like he didn't think it was going to be a fastball, but it explodes and no chance of getting the out at the plate.
Safe at the plate, Dansby Swanson with a slide. Cubs lead 6-2. And Crow Armstrong hits a ground ball to second base, scooped up by Lee and throws to first in time. And that's out number 2. Great to watch good base running. Nico Horner on the fly ball hit by Swanson. They showed a replay. He ran to within a step or two of second base, just in case the ball was dropped or in case it was not played. And that's exactly what happened. Now, you don't want to just take off and run around second. You can get doubled up.
Right.
You get to a point where you can comfortably get back to first if the ball is caught. And that's where he was. But then he took advantage of the ball dropping in and sped around to score.
Yeah, no, it was great base. Cubs have had some really good base running plays today. That one, Nico. Michael Busch has had a couple of them today. Scored from first on the little looper to right. He took second base, took an extra 90 feet on a routine fly ball to center. And Martin today in center field for the Twins has had his issues.
Bounced to third, short hopped, and a great play by Miranda. Backhanding the ball on a short hop, his momentum took him into foul territory. He made a long off-balance throw on the money to Rob Miguel Amaya. Great play by Miranda. Cubs score twice. We go to inning number 7. Cubs 6, Twins 2. This is the score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer bring you all the action on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Lowe's knows the brands that won't let you down on the job. That's why we carry all the top pro brands, like exclusive A.O. Smith hot water heaters, the largest in-store selection of DeWalt power tools and accessories of any national retailer, and the largest in-store retail selection of Klein tools nationwide. The products you're loyal to are all here in the quantities you need. Lowe's knows top brands. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Hi, I'm Steve Malman. Most auto injury lawyers will tell you they don't get paid until you win. But here's the thing. They still gotta win. At Malman Law, we win 95% of our cases. And yep, you guessed it, we don't get paid until you do. Call 888-MALMAN-LAW. That's 888-MALMAN-LAW. Or visit malmanlaw.com. We'll put compensation for your injuries where it belongs, right in your pocket. Malman Law, we know what matters most.
When you're ready to trade up from ordinary to extraordinary and the time of your life, visit the Midwest premier entertainment destination, Four Winds Casinos. Extraordinary food, shows, shopping, and fun at Four Winds Casinos. Visit fourwindscasinos.com and trade up from ordinary to extraordinary. Four Winds Casinos.
Why settle for ordinary when you could have extraordinary? Why trade off when you could trade up? Why chase your dreams when you could drive them? Find your dream car with L certified by Lexus, with an unlimited mileage warranty for up to 6 years and a complimentary maintenance plan. Experience amazing exclusively at your Lexus dealer. Click the banner to discover more.
Call 800-USA-LEXUS or see your participating dealer for warranty, maintenance, and offer details.
Jose Miranda swings at the first pitch in the 7th inning and fouls it away. Shota Imanaga still in the game. And why not? He's only made 80 pitches, Ron, which is pretty economical for 6 full innings.
Yeah, he's been lights out. And that's with big strikeout numbers. Usually when you have big strikeout numbers, the pitch count's high.
His delivery is high, 1-1. Shota trying to improve to 9-2.
9 punch-outs he's got so far in the ballgame.
I like the ratio. 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a foul at the plate. 1-2. Guys just have a hard time waiting before swinging against that splitter. So many guys have swung too early against that all year long.
Yeah, well, he does a good job of the back and forth. He throws plenty fastballs up in the zone and up and in the strike zone, and you got to be on that fastball. And then the split comes out looking just like the heater. It just backs up on you.
There's the splitter again. A swing and a miss. Strike 3.
That's strikeout number 10 now for Shota.
Miranda out number 1.
Well, that's all Shota, right? That high heater. He throws it inside. He'll fade it a little bit, but the high fastball to the split, it's a great job.
Willie Castro, the batter. He will take a strike. I was thinking, driving in earlier with Shota working, and he relies so heavily on that splitter run to get a lot of strikeouts. And then I started thinking about Bruce Sutter, the late Bruce Sutter, who relied on the splitter for many years as a closer in the big leagues. Here's the 0-1. It's down low. And it's not the kind of a pitch where just because you've seen it, you've seen that pitcher maybe 10 or 20 at-bats, that doesn't mean you're going to have success against it if it's thrown properly.
That's right. And there's the thing that's great about the split finger from the pitcher's perspective, which I don't like talking about much, but there's major deception.
Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Because your eyes deceive you because you see the ball coming out of the hand of the pitcher and you see fastball. And as a big league hitter, you think I'm seeing hand coming out, I'm seeing the ball in the fingers, and I'm seeing them throw through it. You don't see split. And you react to what you see, that's fastball, and it backs up on you. And it's very tough to make that adjustment.
The 1-2 to Willie Castro. It's on the way. Fouled away off to the right. The first out in the inning was brought to you by Xfinity. Stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once. There was a 3-base hit by Dansby Swanson, by the way, in that 6th inning. The fly ball that was, I guess, lost in the wind, if you will, by Martin, the center fielder. Here comes the 1-2. Fly ball, right center, shallow, playable, converging are Crow Armstrong and Suzuki. Crow Armstrong, the youngster, makes the catch. And that's out number 2, but the 3-base hit by Dansby Swanson, noteworthy because triples by the Cubs. Scott Levy's Rosen Hyundai of Algonquin makes a donation to the Northern Illinois Food Bank for every triple by a Cub this year. Visit solvehungertoday.org. Thanks to Scott Levy. Here's a pitch low and inside for a ball.
And all RBIs.
Batting.
I'm sorry, Pat. All RBIs by Cubs batters tonight. They've been sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter.
Here comes the 1-0, fouled away off to the right. Cubs trying to get even in the series. Cubs played so very well in taking 3 out of 4 against St. Louis. Frustrated last night being shut out, but trying to get back in the win column tonight. There's the ball outside. And again, the Cubs in this long stretch of playing interleague games. Two down, nobody on. Cubs lead 6-2. Here's a fly ball to center. It's got routine written all over it for Crow Armstrong. Side retired. 3 up, 3 down. 7 strong innings by Shota Imanaga. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. And the 7th inning stretch. That is brought to you by Volvo. Harry Carey on the video board. The late Harry Carey is going to perform, but the Volvo plug-in hybrid vehicles, electric cars with a backup plan. Visit your local retailer to learn more. Here's Harry.
Three. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back. Oh, it's root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Hey! Boy, you never sang better in your life.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs radio network.
Lowe's knows the brands that won't let you down on the job. That's why we carry all the top pro brands, like exclusive A.O. Smith hot water heaters, the largest in-store selection of DeWalt power tools and accessories of any national retailer, and the largest in-store retail selection of Klein tools nationwide. The products you're loyal to are all here in the quantities you need. Lowe's knows top brands. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
At Berman Subaru of Chicago, we're more than a car dealership. We're part of the community, and we're proud to support the people who make it great. Berman Subaru is dedicated to supporting partners like the Anti-Cruelty Society, and we're honored to receive the 2024 Subaru Love Promise Community Commitment Award. Subaru and Berman Subaru of Chicago believe in making a positive impact on the communities in which we live and work. That's the Subaru Love Promise. Berman Subaru of Chicago, more than a car dealer.
The first pitch in the bottom of the 7th inning popped in the air off the bat of Ian Happ, coming in and making the catch, the left fielder Margot, and that's going to be out number 1. Cubs lead 6-2. Here is Michael Busch. Michael flied out, walked and singled, and has scored twice. Let me check that. He scored once back in the 3rd after drawing the base on balls, but he scored on a 2-out single from first base. He was running with the pitch. The ball hit by Paredes. And then he moved up on the fly ball when he reached in the 5th inning. Here's a ground ball to first. Routine play for Santana. Unassisted out number 1. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen to the Cubs game in FM quality at 104.3 HD2 FM on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network. We are WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, an Odyssey sports station.
2 down, 7th inning. Seiya Suzuki, the batter. Ian Happ popped out to left. Busch has bounced out to first. Day game tomorrow. Suzuki 1 for 3. He'll take a strike.
And we're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
And the 0-2 is going to be outside for a ball.
Safe at the plate. That's sponsored by Grainger. Think safety, think Grainger. Cubs could use a couple more of those, Patrick.
Always. Although the way Imanaga has pitched,
yeah, that's the truth.
You don't need all that many runs when he pitches this well. He's allowed a grand total of 2 hits through 7 innings.
And just not a lot of hard hit balls.
Yeah. Double figures in strikeouts. Is it 10? Is that what I'm seeing? Or 11? 10, I guess it is. Strike 3 called and the inning is over. Dobnak strikes out Suzuki. We move to the 8th inning. Cubs 6, Twins 2. This is the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cub fans, Nico Horner here. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, fantasy football owners, anybody can tell you what a good fantasy quarterback looks like, but it's the receivers that make or break your team. I'm Matt Harmon from Reception Perception. Join me and James Coe as we take a deep dive into the position that matters most, wide receivers. From the route trees to who plays better in man or zone, we provide the insights you need to draft the best wide receivers. As you prep for your draft, let us give you the coverage you need. Follow and listen to Reception Perception on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Looking for a tequila that puts tradition above trends? Raise a glass of Lunazul. Lunazul tequila is made with 100% Blue Weber agave and no extras. No celebrity endorsements, no vanilla additives. Just real, authentic flavor that's sure to make a statement. Because great tequila speaks for itself, and those who know look to Luna. Lunazul Tequila, Bardstown, Kentucky. 40% alcohol by volume. Think wisely, drink wisely.
All right, so there we were, cruising through the new open-air zoo when I realized that the park was closing in like 15 minutes. Luckily, we were in my Nissan Rogue. With its power VC turbo engine, well, we had time to see all the animals. Whoa! And outrun a few!
Drive the Nissan Rogue.
Top of the 8th inning here on a breezy night at Wrigley Field. Cubs up 6-2. And this 8th inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids. 877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today, Patrick.
Very good, Ron. Drew Smiley in relief of Shota Imanaga. Shota was magnificent again tonight. It's his game to win. 7 innings, 2 hits. Gave up a 2-run homer to Royce Lewis. 10 strikeouts, and is that 1 walk I see?
1 walk.
It's a lovely ratio.
That'll get it done, won't it? Night after night.
Max Kepler first up against Drew Smiley. Kepler with an 0-1 count, lefty to lefty, off the inside now, and count 1-1. The attendance tonight, 36,653. So 36,653. Ron Coomer is the winner in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. Yes, sir. You can hear him making sounds of exultation in the background.
Huge night in the Coomer house tonight. Huge.
Here comes the 2-1. Driven toward right center on the run. Suzuki makes the catch. He might have had a little issue with the lights. He's in that area in right center. He was kind of ducking down to try to give his eyes a slightly different angle to the ball, I believe, Ron.
Yeah, he goes over, and as you keep running, then this ball, you're trying to get it out of the lights, and he ducks down. Is exactly right with that line drive top spin lobber off the bat of Kepler, but a nice play by Suzuki.
Christian Vasquez, the catcher, will take a strike. Vasquez happy that Imanaga left. He struck out swinging twice against Shota. But Ron Coomer, the winner in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Now the 1-1 to Vasquez. Drilled to deep left, down the line, curling. Going back is Happ in the corner. That ball is a home run. Right down the line in left. A solo home run for Christian Vasquez. And it's now a 6-3 ball game. So the Cubs lead is cut to 3.
Well, that ball really well struck, hit the straight left. The wind gets it and really hooks it towards the foul pole, and it's fair by probably about 10 feet down the line. Lands in about the second or third row, but when you hit a ball straight down the line here at Wrigley into the wind and it goes out of the park, you know you've hit it pretty well. 355 feet down that left field line.
Cubs pitching change is brought to you by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Brooks Lee, the batter, and he'll take a strike. A quality start is 6 innings or more and allowing 3 or fewer earned runs. This was more than that. The effort by Imanaga, 7 innings, give up only 2 runs. I've often thought, Ron, there might have to be someday. Here's a chopper to a charging Swanson at short. Gloves it, running through to first to get him. And that's out number 2. I would like, because I think it tells the story, dominant starts. And my definition would be 7 or more innings, giving up 0 or 1 run.
Yeah.
Dominant starts, because that's almost always going to lead to a win.
Yeah, I would agree to that.
And I think it's a useful number to know who the guys are that are pitching the most dominant games.
Absolutely. Yeah, to say it was a quality start is an understatement.
Yeah, I mean, it's good.
Especially when you say six innings, 3 runs. You throw 7 innings and no runs or 1 run, that's a different category altogether.
Swinging a foul back. Maybe some people think there are enough statistics already, and I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes the 0-2 to Manny Margot. It's down low for a ball. 2 down. We're in the 8th inning. Cubs lead by 3. Day game tomorrow. Maybe we'll see you at Wrigley tomorrow. A 1:20 game. Javier Assad against Joe Ryan. Right-hander against right-hander. The pitch. Margot fouls it away, 1-2. But getting back to the quality start, that's sponsored by Benjamin Moore. See quality come to life with Benjamin Moore paints in 3,500 colors. Visit BenjaminMoore.com for a location near you. Here comes the 1-2. Fly ball, shallow right, routine for Suzuki. He's got it. 1 run, 1 hit. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Cubs 6, Twins 3. This is the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
This is your home for Cubs baseball all season long. The Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Lowe's knows the brands that won't let you down on the job. That's why we carry all the top pro brands, like exclusive A.O. Smith hot water heaters, the largest in-store selection of DeWalt power tools and accessories of any national retailer, and the largest in-store retail selection of Klein tools nationwide. The products you're loyal to are all here in the quantities you need. Lowe's knows top brands. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Looking for a tequila that puts tradition above trends? Raise a glass of Lunazul. Lunazul tequila is made with 100% Blue Weber agave and no extras. No celebrity endorsements, no vanilla additives. Just real, authentic flavor that's sure to make a statement. Because great tequila speaks for itself. And those who know, look to Luna. Lunazul Tequila, Bardstown, Kentucky. 40% alcohol by volume. Think wisely, drink wisely.
DQ presents... Picture this. Picture the DQ $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Not just a cheeseburger, a bacon cheeseburger, plus fries, drink, and a sundae, all full-sized, all for $7. Because everything's better with bacon. Everything's also better with a side of fries, a refreshing drink, and a sundae to finish. Yum. The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Now for a limited time on the $7 meal deal lineup. DQ. Happy tastes good.
Time to check the out-of-town scoreboard. Fueled by Citgo Tri-Clean Gasoline. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. A whole bunch of games in progress. Bottom of the 4th inning in Pittsburgh. Padres and Pirates finally have resumed play after a long rain delay. They are scoreless. Top of the 9th, the Cardinals lead the Rays 4-2. Tommy Pham with a 2-run home run. The Astros are leading the Rangers 2-0 in the bottom half of the 8th inning. And the Rangers have yet to get a hit in that ball game.
Cody Bellinger posted foul. Zach, what else you got?
Framber Valdez pitching for Houston. He's gone 7 2/3 without allowing a hit. Bottom of the 6th inning in Colorado. It's the Rockies 4, Mets 3, but that game is in a delay. Top 7, Red Sox 6, Royals 3.
Bellinger takes outside 3-1.
After 2, the Tigers and Mariners are scoreless. In the bottom of the 2nd inning in Oakland, the White Sox and A's are also scoreless.
Bellinger 1 for 3, fouls it away.
And a whole bunch of finals. The Reds knock off the Marlins big 8-2. Ellie De La Cruz with 4 hits and 2 RBIs. The Nationals crush the Giants 11-5. C.J. Abrams had a 3-run home run in that game. Blue Jays 5, Orioles 2. Alejandro Kirk a 3-run job.
Bellinger pulls a fly ball into shallow right. Kepler comes in and makes the catch, and that's out number 1, Zach.
The Brewers pat a 10-0 drubbing of the Braves in Atlanta. Willie Adames with a pair of home runs. Diamondbacks and Guardians rained out in Cleveland. Same deal with the Angels and Yankees in New York.
Thanks to Zach for the updates. Bellinger, the Cubs' designated hitter, retired on the fly ball. Cubs lead Minnesota by a score of 6-3. Here's a bouncing ball wide of third to his left. Miranda makes the play and throws to first in time for out number 2. Designated hitters for the Cubs. Those are sponsored by Fireplace and Chimney Authority. Visit online or their Elmhurst and Lyle showrooms.
And man,
8th inning run. Go ahead.
And manager challenges and instant replays. They're taking a second look, and a second look is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine.
Nico Horner steps in. Nico 1 for 3. These are always big at-bats. You're 1 for 3. You have one final at-bat. Big difference between 2 for 4 and 1 for 4. And he's 2 for 4 with a base hit to right. It's that last AB that really determines what kind of a game you had.
Now, you and I have talked about this many, many times. And you keep grinding out the game till the end of the ball game, and you don't want to give away. I'll say this: I always felt like this, and I will never not feel this way. Big league at bats are precious. You work all your life to get to this level. Don't give them away, even if the game is a little out of reach or your team's doing well. Nico comes up big with another base hit.
Dansby Swanson takes low and outside. The time and temperature in a ball game, sponsored by Circa Resort and Casino. Get ready for the time of your life. CircaLasVegas.com. Ron's going to name the toast of the game ball player, presented by Benny's in the 9th. Certainly some candidates plural, but one primary candidate singular.
I would say so. Boy, the Cubs needed a performance like that from Shota after yesterday's ball game. Cubs, I think they have 3 hits in yesterday's game and got shut out, and Shota comes in today and just dominates the ball game.
Some guys will call that the stopper. It's different from a closer. They're similar, but a closer is the bullpen guy. The stopper is a starter who stops the losing streaks before they get out of hand. You need both.
Yep.
The 1-1, a swing and a miss. Running at second is Horner. He is going to be safe at second base. Stolen base in his career, number 101. His second one tonight.
I think they're going to call something like interference on Dansby Swanson, and they're going to make Nico go back to first base. Phil Cuzzy coming out there and saying something happened with the swing. So we're going to take a look. Dansby swings his backswing, hits the catcher Vasquez in the back. And they're gonna make Nico go back. It does hit him in the lower back. Don't know how much it affected the throw, but when you make contact with the catcher, that's the rule. Yeah, Nico's gonna go back to first.
So even though it was accidental, there still was contact with the bat into the back spine of the catcher Vasquez. Haven't seen that in a long time.
No, I haven't, And now I think what Dansby is asking, okay, what do we got for a count?
It is 1-2. Opponent's pitching changes. Those are sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com.
Now they get the count right. Count is 2-2. They got it right on the board.
Swanson with a single and a triple. Bounces one toward third and foul. Now thinking about the last at-bat for Dansby run, he's been struggling in the 220s. He's 2 for 3 right now. He would love a 3 for 4 right now.
Absolutely. Single, a triple, and an RBI. Run scored. Got a big hole on the right side of the diamond. See if we can exploit that right side.
Nico running. The pitch hit into right field, a base hit. Third hit of the game for Dansby Swanson. Motoring to third is Nico Horner. Nico rounded third, waited for the throw to come in from right field, and it was a low throw. Lee scooping the ball out of the dirt. If that ball bounces away, Nico would have scored. That's how much he hustled.
You just love that, right? The play gets, not really, it's lobbed in, and that's fine by the outfielder because you just got to make sure that the infielders catch it. But as an infielder, as a base runner, you want to push the limits to force them to stop you.
First and third. Here's a base hit to left for Pete Crow Armstrong. Cubs have scored again. Nice opposite field hitting by all 3 men in the inning. Horner and Swanson singling to right. And now Crow Armstrong singling to left. Good-looking baseball. Cubs have scored again and lead 7-3.
Boy, if you're Pete Crow Armstrong and you want to make a hitting film of your swing, that last one is perfect. That's a 2-seam fastball down and fading away. He drops the head right back down on top of the ball. The eyes stay at contact and whistles one into left field. That's about as pretty as you can do it.
Miguel Amaya, the batter. The Cubs have scored in the inning on 3 straight 2-out singles, all opposite field. Amaya looking for his first hit of the game. 7-3 Cubs. 2 outs, men at first and second. 8th inning. Swinging a foul back off the bat of Amaya. Doubles by Chicago Cubs hitter, sponsored by Traffic Tech. Double up your business with Traffic Tech, the hardest working team in transport. The catch of the game. I know we had one earlier. We were talking about it, and it slipped my mind, as many things do these days. Here's a pitch low and outside. It's 2-2. There was a dazzling play early. Who was it that made it?
Ian Happ had that great.
Oh, there you go.
That's the one, Zach.
There you go.
That's the one. That's going to be our catch of the game, sponsored by Catch Des Moines. Swinging a high pop fly, shallow right. Going out, Lee coming in, Kepler, and Lee makes the catch. They almost collided. Cubs get a run on 3 hits. Getting back to the catch of the game, sponsored by Catch Des Moines. Catch Fair Fever at the Iowa State Fair. It's coming up in just a couple of days, August 8th through the 18th. Plan your best days ever at iowastatefair.org. We go to the 9th inning. Cubs 7, Twins 3. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
If it happens in a Cubs game, it happens right here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Lowe's knows the brands that won't let you down on the job. That's why we carry all the top pro brands, like exclusive A.O. Smith hot water heaters, the largest in-store selection of DeWalt power tools and accessories of any national retailer, and the largest in-store retail selection of Klein tools nationwide. The products you're loyal to are all here in the quantities you need. Lowe's knows top brands. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
This summer, enjoy less sunscreen smell and more new car smell. Less sand stuck in between toes and more foot on pedal. Less suitcase packing and more cargo space. Make room for more than just memories this summer with a Lexus SUV. Find offers on select SUVs at the Lexus Golden Opportunity sales event. But hurry, the opportunity ends September 3rd. Click the banner to discover more. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Service Fusion is business management software purpose-built for field service pros. Our software streamlines scheduling so plumbers don't lose their flow. It simplifies payment processing so electricians stay current. It makes customer management a breeze so HVAC techs don't break a sweat. It provides in-depth data reporting so overhead door companies know their overhead. And it makes dispatching a snap so locksmiths stay locked in. Visit servicefusion.com for more info and fewer bad puns.
This season, the W is going to new heights. And that means the Queens are ready to take it to court and the court. Welcome to Queens of the Court, an Odyssey original podcast. I'm your girl, Cheryl Swoops. And I'm Jordan Robinson. All WNBA season long, you can count on us to bring you interviews with some of your favorite WNBA stars, analysis of all teams, and hot takes you can only find in this courtroom. Listen to Queens of the Court, a WNBA podcast presented by AT&T on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Suit up this season at MLBshop.com. Check out the largest selection of official jerseys, caps, t-shirts, collectibles, and more. Gear up with your Cubs at MLBshop.com. And guys, this copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards. Pat?
All right, Zach, thank you. We go to the ninth inning. Tyson Miller pitching. Carlos Santana batting, switch hitter batting left-handed. He'll take a strike, 0-2. Cubs lead 7-3. Trying to get even in this series with a day game tomorrow to wrap things up between the Cubs and Twins. Cubs pitching change. Sponsored by James Hardy Building Products. James Hardy siding with the Cubs.
And how about the hardest working player of the game, sponsored by Bosch Power Tools? What hard workers deserve. We got some real candidates. There have been some really good play by the Cubs today.
Swing and a miss on a high fastball. That's out number one. Who do you like, Ron?
Well, I think we got a bunch of candidates, but I'm going to take this one a little different route than we normally do. Dansby's had a really nice game with 3 hits. But how about the hometown boy playing against Michael Busch, playing against his hometown team? He's got a hit. He's got a walk, a run scored, and 2 great base running plays early in the game to help the Cubs score a run. And so how about Michael Busch playing against his hometown team as our hardest working player of the game today?
He was very alert, Ron. I think that's a great call.
Yeah.
Here comes the 1-0 to Royce Lewis. It's in there for a strike. First out in this inning, sponsored by Xfinity. You can stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once. The at our best moment of the game, if I could be so bold as to go back to the first inning. I think a tone was set by Isaac Paredes' 3-run homer. The Cubs have led ever since that moment.
Yeah. Well, and we were talking about it, you and I, right at the start of the broadcast with the wind howling in, right at 20 miles an hour, that the ball was not going to be going out of the park. And he blasts one to left and got it into the basket down in the well. And you're right. That is a huge moment for the Cubs and for Shota to get a 3-run lead after 1 inning.
And it's sponsored by Loyola Medicine. When things are at their worst, we're at our best. Loyola Medicine, sponsoring the at our best moment of the game. The 1-2 to Royce Lewis. Fouled away off to the right out of play. Cubs looking for their 56th win. They're still under 500. They've lost 60. This is a little nubber on the ground to first, fielded by Busch, and he will take it to the bag. That ball was almost spinning sideways when it got to Michael.
Yeah, those are not always the easiest plays. If you don't catch the ball clean, the ball can explode off your glove, and it can look awfully embarrassing because the ball's not going all that fast.
Our good friend Bruce Levine is down near the Cubs third base dugout. Here's a pitch outside to Jose Miranda. Fans are standing at Wrigley, 36,653. Here comes the 1-0 to Miranda. In there for a strike, 1-1.
Oh, excellent fastball on that outside corner. Little crossfired heater by Miller.
And now the 1-1. Outside for the toast of the game. Ron, who do you like?
Toast of the game by Benny's. This is an easy one. Shota with 7 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, 10 punch-outs and only 1 walk, 7 innings. That was outstanding.
Here's a bouncer to third, charging, short hopping. Paredes throws to first. Cubs win. Cubs win the ball game. Really one of their better games all season long. Cubs did everything you like to see. An excellent start by a starting pitcher.